Hello, thank you for tuning into my channel. We're working on the Drunkard's Path quilt, so if you want to see how to cut the pieces for a block like this, please stay tuned. I talked about in one of my previous videos, maybe about a year ago, maybe a year and a half ago, about my trip to Jamaica and the fabric that I got while I was there. This is one of the fabrics that I purchased, and I have previously said that I was interested in using this fabric, but I wasn't quite sure how I was going to use it. So what I decided to finally do was combine it with some denim. And so I'm going to be creating a Drunkard's Path quilt. It's also called a pie and crust quilt. And today, I'll show you the blocks here. Basically what it is curved piecing. And since I've been wanting to try that out for a while, I think this is going to be a great opportunity that I can try it out. I have already I cut all of the yardage that I had of the fabric from Jamaica into 10-inch squares. And because I use 10-inch squares, I also cut the denim into 10-inch squares. I have a lot of different colors of denim. This will be, I think, either the third or fourth quilt that I've used this denim in. And this will probably be the last one. I think I've used up all of that. Recently, like maybe in 2016, I received this as a Christmas gift from one of my school friends. It is a Fiskars circle cutter, and I'm going to be using this to cut the pieces for my quilt. One thing that you could do if you want to make this quilt is you can buy templates for it, but in my opinion, when you get those templates, it causes some waste that you really can't use, because you usually end up having either this piece and the part in here is waste, or you have this piece and then the outer portion is waste. So I'm going to show you how I used this circle cutter to create my pieces. There's a little bit of trickery that you have to do to make it work. So I'm going to take this out of the wrapping or whatever, and we'll go from there. Here is the circle cutter. I took it out of the packaging. It was already open, but I just wanted to go over a little bit about what it has. What I like about it is, one, on the back, it has little rubber discs that help you to hold it in place. There's also measurements. You can cut from 2-inch circles all the way up to 12-inch circles, and it already includes the seam allowance. So, I guess you would be cutting a 12-1/4-inch circle instead of a 12-inch circle. And it has some directions for if you want to cut a full circle where you would fold it in half, or if you just want to cut a half circle and you put it at a different line so that you can cut the half circles. Actually, out of this, we're going to be cutting quarter circles. So the way that I approach it is not exactly addressed in the directions. The directions for how to use this cutter are on the back of the packaging, along with how to use the cutter. And what it has for the cutter, it comes with this little cutter, and it has a small, it has the smaller rotary blade. And so what will happen is, once I get ready to use this, I'm going to push down the top part, and the blade's going to pop out. Okay, so it keeps you pretty safe while you're using this. And when you're not using the cutter, it comes with a cover as well to cover it up. Now, to prepare for cutting, like I said, I'm going to go a little bit against what it says, but for my purposes, I just need a quarter circle. So I'm going to line up my circle at these crosshairs. I'm going to put one section I'm going to line up with this horizontal line, or vertical line, and this horizontal line. And there is a fold line at the end as well, so I can line up the bottom of my fabric. Let me show you how I do that right now. Okay, so I'm going to put this just down in the middle somewhere. Okay. Then I'm lining up on these two lines. I'm going to use this white section so you can see where I'm lining it up here. Okay. And so when I make my cut, I'm actually cutting right here on the 12-inch line. It doesn't matter because since I'm just cutting a section out of this. Alright, and so I have guidelines here and the guideline on the fabric fold line along with the crosshairs in the middle. So what I'm doing is the cutter has these little reference points, and this is what goes in this little section. So I can place that in the notches. Let me make sure. Okay, place it in the 12-inch notch. Then as I push down, and I'm holding the ruler. Okay, and I should have the section cut out. There it is. Now the trick with this block is if you try to go back and sew this together. Let me see, I have a section here. Okay, and so if I were to sew this together, these two pieces would not fit because of seam allowance. They won't go together exactly like this. So what I need to do is I'm actually going to take 1 inch off of these two sides. I'm going to cut a 1/2 inch off of this side and a 1/2 inch off of this side. Then it'll fit together. So let me do that, and then I'll show you how it works. I'm going to go ahead and cut this 1/2 inch off of either side of, I guess this will be the crust section. So here's one, and then flip it around, and here's the other. Okay, so I have that 1 inch taken off. So when I put my when I put them back together, it looks like the pie is larger than the crust, but that doesn't matter. It's going to fit in, and I'll make my next video to show you how we do this curve piecing. But for now, I'm just going to take some time and go ahead and cut all of my templates, or all of my individual parts out. So I'll show you the stacks of those when they're done. All of the pieces are cut for my pie and crust or Drunkard's Path quilt. The next step is going to be to turn these pieces into these blocks. And they're going to be 2 blocks. There's going to be one with the denim on the inside as the pie, and then my Jamaican fabric, and then the other block is going to be the Jamaican fabric and the pie as the pie, and the denim in the crust. So if you have any questions about anything you saw in this video, please leave them in the comments below, or about quilting in general. As I get ready for the next step, I'm really excited to show how simple it is to do some curve piecing. Thumbs up this video, share it with your friends. I look forward to seeing your questions, and I'll see you next time. Bye!